Beelzebub, Lord of the Gap, is a demon and one of the 7 princes of hell who helps people to make discoveries. He seduces people by suggesting to them ingenious inventions that will make them rich. Bishop and witch hunter Peter Bensfield believed that Beelzebub tempts by means of laziness. Also, according to Peter Bensfield's classification of demons, Beelzebub is the chief demon of the deadly sins known as sloth in Christian traditions. This is what got me, right? Because I finally had to look him up. Beelzebub originated as Baal Peor, the Moabite god to whom the Israelites became attached to in Shittim, Numbers 25:3, which was associated with licentiousness and orgies. Okay? It was worshipped in the form of a phallus. Think about that. Think about America and all the quote-unquote, what are these things called they have everywhere? They call me in Egypt. What do they call that Washington Monument? I can't think of the name of it for some reason. There's a name for him, but I'll get back to it. Whatever. Let's see. As a demon, he is described in Kabbalistic writings as the disputer. I think that courtroom talk. An enemy of the 6th. What is that? I know it's. I can't think of how to break that down. I'm sorry. It's a Thor. Beauty. When summoned, he can grant riches, the power of discovery, and ingenious inventions. His role as a demon was to sow discord among men. I think it's interesting. So when men are bickering, and they say, "Oh, you know, you're bickering like little girls," he's actually, this might be the works of what's his name, where it's just amongst men too. Not a man and a woman, not a man and his child. It says amongst men. Anyway, so I just thought about that too when we were going, you're reading that. And to seduce them to evil through the what is that word? Hold on. Sorry about this, y'all. I want to make sure I get this right.
Apportionment.
Apportionment of wealth. And then this was the other part that caught my eye as I was reading this, how his number is, they have their own number set aside, so. But just wanted to go back out to this. Look at this here. These are some of the images they have from, which I don't think these are the images of the Moabites. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, we still don't know much about the Moabites other than, the Moors claim to be Moabites, but they also claim to be Fomorians. And this might have been a Fomorian for all we know. And if he was, though, I think this is more of what the Fomorian, I want to show you this. Look at this. Look it down here. Because when I'm learning about the Fomorians, they seem to be coming from the sea. Let me see if they got the image of them. Yeah, these down here. This. Look at that. Blonde haired and everything. Oh. But I want to get back to what I was going to do. Is I wanted to show you guys this, but I wanted to go over it really well. Deuteronomy 4. I believe that Deuteronomy 4, whenever they were going over that whole case about what cause do you show life, that form that people were supposed to fill out to, access the, their TD8 accounts and crap like that. I didn't get into all that, but I thought that was an interesting riddle, where, the letter that was supposed to go back to the Pope was, by what cause do you show life? I think it's this, Deuteronomy 4. I told Arthur and my big sister, I think that this is what it is. Because when Lex puts it in the way that you're supposed to divorce yourself from the United States, I think of this when you're reading this chapter. All right, you're supposed to cleave to the Creator. You're supposed to put yourself into the Creator. The way that in Genesis, where it tells you the whole marriage process, that a woman shall leave her mother and father and cleave to her husband. Like once he has the land and he has the house and he has a life settled for them, she's, if she chooses to marry, or they choose to marry, then this is the process where now she leaves everything she has behind and she cleaves unto her husband. And when they put it in the form, Lex will put it in the form of this is a marriage and this is a divorce. I think Deuteronomy 4 is the answer to that. By what cause do you show life? This is the cause by what I show life, and my life is in who? The Creator. And this is where it all is. But some of the stuff I was reading through here, I just had to stop and look up, because I'm like, I've gone over this twice now, but you know how it is when you're going over scripture. It seems like every time you go over it again, you see something new, or something else pops out. So there's that. I thought it was pretty cool.